From werewolves to haunted battlefields, the Warrens have truly seen it all. Here are the top 5 mysterious Ed and Lorraine Warren urban legends. Number 5 on this list is the Buddhist Monk. This was a case that they dealt with where a Buddhist monk gets completely possessed. The footage was posted on their own YouTube channel and it's definitely very scary. I'm gonna roll the first part of this so you can see what I'm talking about.
I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you, Teresa. I'm here to help you.
So as we can see, this person on camera is not doing so hot right now and is kind of going all over the place. Mentioning their mother seems to help, but it's not perfect. It works for a while, but the demon is eventually a bit too strong. This is just a typical day in the life for Ed and Lorraine Warren. Just another possessed human being that they have to deal with. I included these videos in another video on this channel that we did earlier called Top 5 Ed and Lorraine Warren Recordings You Need to Pray Before Listening To, so if this interests you then definitely go give that a watch. But possessive demons are urban legends. Having a demon come in and completely take hold is something people talk about, but I've personally never seen in person. They saw this stuff all day, every day. The mental fortitude it must have took to be able to keep going and dealing with these demonic spirits day in and day out would have been crazy. Hopefully these types of things can just stay urban legends to us and they don't need to become a reality. Number 4 on this list is the Southend Werewolf. Werewolves, their existence, how they've come about, their abilities, basically everything about them is a massive urban legend. The Warrens may have actually run into one in real life, proving this urban legend to be real with the Southend Werewolf. Travel Channel writes, one of the most bizarre cases ever investigated by Ed and Lorraine Warren occurred in Essex, England. A seemingly ordinary carpenter named William Ramsey claimed to be possessed by a demon that compelled him to take the form of a werewolf. Ramsey had experienced his first transformation at the age of 9. As he described it, he was playing outside when he felt an icy cold breeze followed by an awful smell before he flew into a rage, uprooting a fence post with the fence still attached and gnawing at the wire mesh. Ramsey would not experience another episode like this until adulthood. Bill would fly into violent fits of rage during which he would display inhuman strength, baring his teeth and growling while curling his hands like claws. When the Warrens got wind of this in 1989, they convinced Bill Ramsey to come to their church in Connecticut and undergo an exorcism with their specialist, Bishop Robert McKenna. Now, Ramsey never actually turned into a full werewolf with the fur and the features and everything like that, but he did come pretty bloody close. It's the inhuman strength that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, that's actually a physical characteristic that he can't fake. The growling, the other stuff, he could just be doing that himself. He could be faking, but it's pretty easy to prove whether he has super strength or he doesn't have super strength. Maybe urban legends featuring werewolves are true, they just aren't exactly how we pictured them to be. Maybe they're a lot closer to what the Warrens experienced with Ramsey. Number 3 on this list is the Enfield Poltergeist. This is right up there as being one of the most famous cases that the Warrens have ever had. Now, once again, I want to point out that recently we were looking at the Enfield case and its potential legitimacy. There's a whole conspiracy theory where it may not have actually been real at all. One clip of it, though, that I've actually shown on this channel previously but have to show again because of how creepy it is, could convince me that this whole thing was actually real.
2 days before I died, I went blind. Then I had an hemorrhage and I fell asleep and I died in a chair in the corner downstairs.
That's a guys. Literally a young girl who is speaking those words. A young girl who's making those sounds. Sounds that, in my opinion, should not be able to come out of a young girl. I know that I definitely couldn't have made those sounds when I was 12, and I probably couldn't even make those sounds like that now if I tried. This Enfield haunting is one of the biggest urban legends in America. Did it actually happen? Was it all a hoax? Or were the Warrens telling the truth and it was all one massive haunting? I guess I leave that for you guys to decide. Whatever it was, I think we can all agree it was definitely scary. Number 2 on this list is Gettysburg's haunted battlefield. The area in question was part of the Battle of Gettysburg and saw a ton of fighting that went on. The Battle of Gettysburg, for those who don't know, is one of the deadliest fights in the American Civil War that saw over 40,000 people die. A survivor of the battle is quoted saying, "Some with faces bloated and blackened beyond recognition lay with glassy eyes staring up at the blazing summer sun. Others with faces downward and clenched fists full of grass and earth, which told of the agony of their final moments. There lay a headless trunk, a severed limb or two, and they lay in grotesque, abnormal positions that contorted their human form." Sounds pretty bloody awful to me, and it's no wonder that this place is haunted because of it. There's an urban legend that the ghosts of the fallen soldiers still roam this area. People have reportedly seen the ghosts of soldiers on both sides of the fight wandering around looking completely clueless. The Warrens, having heard of these rumors, obviously had to get involved. They recorded their experience there and may have actually caught some soldiers on camera. Let's take a look at that.
There's another spark. You see what I'm saying?
That? What is that?
Tree.
No. You moved it, right? Right there. See it?
Uh-huh.
Look.
There's nobody there. I can't see.
Look. Isn't it those people?
Can't be.
There is 100% something there, guys. Could it be staged? Yeah, it could. We've already looked at the potential for the Warrens to be frauds, so asking if this is staged is very important. Could it be real though? Well, also yes. This is a big urban legend, guys. So much so that countless ghost hunters have come here in search of these ghostly apparitions. The Warrens saw this legend firsthand, and they caught it on camera. And finally, number 1 on this list is the Amityville Case. This is the big one, guys. I mean, they're all pretty big with Ed and Lorraine, but this one just feels different, you know? Travel Channel writes, perhaps the most well-known case to be investigated by Ed and Lorraine Warren was the haunting in Amityville, Long Island in 1975. The Lutz family had moved into a quaint suburban home where only a year before, mass murderer Ronald DeFeo Jr. had killed 6 members of his family. During the first 28 days of their stay, the Lutzes reported swarms of flies, banging noises, disturbing entities, and witnessing the levitation of family members. When the Warrens were asked to cleanse the house, they brought a local TV crew with them. They took photographs of the house, one of which seems to show a little boy standing in the shadows with glowing eyes. Lorraine has said that the Amityville house case is the one that haunts her the most. Imagine swarms of flies just living in your house with you and coming after you all the time. I personally can't imagine living in a house or situation like that. This whole case broke the news when it happened and has to go down as one of the biggest ghost story urban legends of all time. A case like this really makes you wonder about that quaint little suburban home that you're looking at buying right now. Maybe that cute little dream house has some secrets that you don't want to uncover. That's pretty much what happened here in Amityville decades ago. Well, there you have it, guys. That is our list of the top 5 mysterious Ed and Lorraine Warren urban legends. Please let me know in the comments down below what you thought about this list and some other crazy urban legends that you guys have heard about the pair. Also, please hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Nicholas Playlog, and I'll catch you next time.